Many years ago I taught a large introductory astronomy course for non-science majors at Syracuse University, and I discovered students had no idea how science was created. They thought it was something you found in the back of the book. Tried to show that it's a very human endeavor, much more like art when you're creating science. We discussed history, we discussed personalities, we discussed philosophy, and had the idea of some lectures on astronomy and music. So I approached Andy, and he agreed to run some joint lectures. The students moved to the beautiful Sentinel Auditorium on the Syracuse University campus, and he performed on stage piano and discussed common musical ideas like rhythm and periodicity. Now I'm the director of a soft matter program at Syracuse, and I had the idea of commissioning a piece to highlight the program and a conference that we're running this summer, and I asked Andy and he immediately agreed.
When Mark approached me to write the piece, I was immediately interested. I responded right away and said, yes, I would love to do that. I didn't know that much about soft matter specifically, but the way in which he had characterized it reminded me of things that he and I had spoken about before, and even things that we had team taught in his astronomy course, in particular this notion of order from disorder and back again. And those are ideas that are really at the center of my work and to some degree the way I think about things in general. And so in that sense, to write the piece was a no-brainer. I did some specific research on soft matter though, so that I could make certain that the materials in the piece and the way in which they evolve are really reflective of the way in which things work in a soft matter environment. And that was cool because there was a whole lot there that I hadn't encountered before, and so it definitely gave rise to things in the piece that would not have happened otherwise. In particular, phrase lengths, phrase structure, the specific rhythmic durations, sequences of different rhythmic patterns, which come directly out of the way in which liquid crystals work, especially. Once I had that kind of set in motion, the piece came fairly quickly. It wasn't easy to write, but it was, I was way into it the whole time. And so in that sense, it was easy. The hardest part was in taking these soft matter phenomena, finding a musical analog, and then creating a large shape that is actually an interesting shape, a dramatic arc that feels like a piece of music and not simply a kind of musical transliteration of physical processes. And so that took a little bit longer, but I think in the end I hit on something that I like. We settled on the Jack Quartet because the Jack is at the forefront of contemporary music for string quartet. First and foremost, that's probably the best reason. But I also had worked a number of times with Ari Streisfeld, who's the first violinist in the group. He's a fabulous musician and wonderful to work with. And I knew that given that we wouldn't have a lot of time to put the piece together, that they could get the job done. And that it would be a good thing for the conference to have a group of that stature playing the piece. It makes it more of an event. And I really wanted that to be the case for this premiere.